What are the things that we can avoid if we want a healthy microbiome? Hi, I'm Dr. Rashmi Kulkarni, co-founder of Genetics Solutions Private Limited. If we want a healthy, diverse microbiome, which is our invisible organ, there are top 7 things that we would highly recommend to improve the diversity of the microbiome. So these are the top 7 things we need to avoid. What are these? The first one is eating the same kinds of foods. We have to avoid eating the same kinds of foods because a diverse microbiome needs diverse kinds of foods. So eating the same types of foods actually limits the number of germs that can live in our gut. It limits the number of functions that they can do, causing a lot of health problems later on. The second thing we need to do is to avoid eating processed foods. When we are talking about foods, it is important to avoid foods that have artificial preservatives or chemicals, additives, food colorings that are actually going to kill the germs in the gut. A lot of them have antimicrobial effects. So when we consume foods that are preserved or have synthetic chemicals in it that harm the gut microbiome, it causes a lot of health issues later on, like chronic diseases, like mental health issues, many infections, allergies. The third thing we need to avoid is sugar-laden food. Not just sugar, but refined flour as well, which is very similar to sugar. And when I say sugar, it also means all forms of artificial sweeteners. Because sugar and a lot of artificial sweeteners are known to damage the germs in our gut, which lead to a lot of health problems. The fourth thing to avoid is indiscriminate use of antibiotics. Antibiotics are used for bacterial infections. In case of viral infections, they do not help at all. And it is not a good idea to self-medicate without a doctor's prescription. So it is very important to avoid taking antibiotics when they are not necessary because they are going to harm our gut germs as well. The fifth thing to avoid is antibacterial hand soaps, antimicrobial products, excessive use of hand sanitizers that are constantly killing germs in our lives, the surface disinfectants that we use, the floor cleaners that we use, that reduce this flow of germs in our life. The sixth thing that we need to avoid is being indoors too much. If we are always on our digital devices, staying inside, we will lack the exposure to these wonderful germs that are outside from the external environment, like the soil, water, air that we breathe. So we should not limit ourselves to an indoor environment. That is something that we really need to avoid for a good microbiome. And the last very important thing that we need to avoid is a sedentary lifestyle. If we just sit in one place, so sitting is worse than smoking. If we do that, if we lack any kind of exercise or movement, it is going to again reduce the diversity of germs in our lives. So these are the top 7 that we can do, that we should really try to avoid to improve the diversity of the microbiome. If we are able to avoid these things, we can easily improve our health, not just physical, but mental health as well. Do let me know if these tips have helped you. Let me know in the comment section. If you have other tips, do let me know about them as well.